Hi, welcome to Prime Business Network. This is Ryan Vaz, founder director of Infinite 3D, and I'm with the Prime team on this particular program called Start Young, Dream Big. This is a program where we invite young businessmen who are into business at the same time they're studying, so that we inspire other students, other young people to look up to them and also look at entrepreneurship as a career option. Today we have with us a very young and dynamic Yash Pednekar, who's studying at Goa Institute of Management and runs a business called Nova Hustle. But I've been talking to him backstage, and wow, he's got a wonderful experience. And I hope that in the next few minutes, we are going to be sharing a lot of his experience with you. Welcome to this show, Yash.
Thank you so much, Ryan, for having me here. And it's been a pleasure talking to you. And yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yash, let's start off with telling everybody what is it that you do? What is your entire business model?
Right. So, guys, about Noah Hustlers. Noah Hustlers is a student-led platform. So, initially, we started it for students across Goa, and currently we have around 800 plus members on board, catering students across India. What we do on Noah Hustlers is basically we provide students with skill building courses. We give them opportunities. We give them a platform wherein they can connect with like-minded individuals. And more of, we want to remove that barrier between a tier 1 college and a tier 3 college. So on our platform, we have different groups wherein people can find for jobs and internships, not only in Goa, across India. Then we have another subgroup of it wherein people can brainstorm on different ideas. So if there's someone who likes your idea, you all both can connect and maybe build the next big startup. And yeah, we like that. We have like a multiple group. There's a fitness group. There's a courses platform where we keep students updated on different courses available, and also we curate our own courses, which are curated by college seniors themselves. So what I mean by college seniors themselves is, so students in the college time have an image of seniors as a role model for them.
Yes.
So that's what we are portraying it out. So their seniors will be taking up the courses and they can learn from their seniors. So you don't have to hesitate like there's a age gap between them. You can freely reach out to them, and we as seniors, we are completely open. You just come to us casually, normally. We sit, we teach you the course. 1 month the course duration is. You get to learn the whole course and put that knowledge out on real world projects by getting internships in firms across India. And yeah, that's what we are currently doing.
So courses, internships, connects, business. So this reminds me of Mark Zuckerberg starting his Facebook back then. What kind of courses do you do?
So firstly, Mark Zuckerberg has been a huge inspiration. Right after the Social Networks movie, which I watched, that was amazing. I think that had a huge impact on me.
Very nice.
Secondly, what courses do we provide? We provide courses which are actually essential for college students and kind of trending. So these include like web development courses, how to use Canva, how to use AI to get your work done. Then LinkedIn mastery, which is actually essential because college students who reach in their final year still don't have a LinkedIn account. So we conduct courses, workshops on how they can, upskill their LinkedIn profile, how they can reach out to a huge network, not only in India, out of India. And yeah, we are planning to expand it further as well.
So that sounds brilliant. If you have so many things going on with you, how did you come up with these ideas? I'm sure this is not a run-of-the-mill project. I mean, there's deep thought in it with such an multi-layered project that you have. How did you come up with this idea?
So firstly, I would want to say like this was not the first idea that I got.
Is it?
Yeah, so there have been a series of ideas wherein me and my friends will sit together. We would be like, okay, let's have something of our own, right? It's normal to go to college, study, get good grades. But if we want to be unique, if we want to have a good impact on the society and have a good life, we have to do something different that the college students are not doing. So I think that mentality started developing within me when I was in my 12th standard, because since my 12th standard, I met some good friends who are right now in BITS, IITs. various colleges who are doing fantastic in whatever they are doing now. Further on, I carried it forward to my engineering college, where I met more like-minded people, and you can say, like, there were not many, but I had to find the ones who actually vibe with me. So that's how, like, I met Isaac. Isaac is my fellow mate who also takes courses on the platform, and we also run a web development agency called as Dev Geeks. So Isaac is absolutely brilliant, and he's another motivation to me. I see that man working, I be like, okay, this guy is putting in all, I also have to do the same thing. So yeah, I think it's about, having different ideas coming to yourself. It's not always that you get an idea, you start with it, it stops working, and then you give up. No, that's not what happens. So you'll get an idea, you'll work on it, maybe there'll be a lot of speed breakers, but what actually determines you to be successful is your not giving up attitude. You're coming back with something stronger, something better, and I think the whole mindset is about that.
Yeah. So the idea of Nova Hustlers was a series of other events, ventures that you tried, wasn't it?
Right. So, okay, I'll tell you the exact journey. So, what happened was, back in my second year, I think. So, second year, maybe we started something called as Just Travelite. The founder was Aryan, who was a student of NIT Suratkal, but my fellow batchmate back in 12th standard. So, the idea was pretty simple. Students are coming to Goa. In Goa, there's a lot of opportunities. There's tourism, there's travel. How do we monetize that? So, initially, we started by Aryan, who's from NIT Suratkal. He would send their friends to Goa, and I would manage them over calls by suggesting them places what to do in and around Goa. And 2 months later, we were like, okay, we are doing this physically, right? Let's monetize this and make it digital.
So till that time, it was not monetized.
It was monetized, but not at a good pace. You can say, like, we used to take a certain commission from the cabs that we would lend their numbers to, right? So now we were like, okay, now we have Isaac, who I met in my first year. I know Isaac's the guy who can digitize most of the things. So I make Isaac and Aryan meet, and that's how the Travelite app started. We had a dry run out of it. The app is currently in make. It's almost like semi-finished. You can say, like, we had first launched the model back in our second year, that is 2022, and we got some good response. Now we are trying to make it better. So this was one. Then second, we started with FlexiBus, which is we would. So if you all have heard about Chalo, which is like a platform wherein you can track your buses, you can make payments online. So something like that in Goa we started. Apparently that was not a good success, though we got like around 700 downloads for that. We at one point had to shut it down because we could not reincur the funds and the money that we were actually putting out on server. So that's what I said. Like, we didn't stop over there. So we were like, okay, what is more that we can do? Then my fellow friend had also started a web development agency. I think back in my fourth year, like 1 year ago, I joined him in, and I was like, I'll get you sales, you do the development part, we'll make a big money out of it. And that's one thing which actually worked, which got us some good revenue, and wherein that I used that money to kind of fund my idea for Noah Hustlers. So now I was like in my third year ka end, and I was like, okay, now I have somewhat money. Okay, I have some good idea. I want to give it out to my students, to my fellow juniors over there. Maybe there are people like me who have some brilliant ideas, but they don't have an Isaac, an Aryan like me, right? So they are lacking that. So I was like, I'll build a platform for that. I'll get in the best minds. I'll get them trained with all the courses. And so we just started out. We just made a WhatsApp community. Shaunak was also a fellow batchmate of mine from AIDD. So he helped me in building the whole website using AI tools. So we built a very basic website. We made a WhatsApp community. We started sending out to students across Goa. And I think within 2 days, we had like around 200 members join the community, which was a good number for us. Not a very big number, but a decent number for something something which we actually tried as an
200 is quite brave. Yeah, very good.
so we were like, let's try this out. Like 200 members are on board. Now the challenge was to keep the students engaged. 200 members, that's a good number. Now, how are we going to retain them? So I was like, okay, let's have some various workshops conducted on the community itself. I called in students from IIT Bombay who had gotten All India Rank 6. Told him to conduct a session on how to crack GATE for third, fourth year students, because third, fourth year is the year wherein students start preparing for GATE and stuff. Was a success. Then we followed up with a chess tournament, again all India level. Many students liked it. We got some good participations in that, and a series of multiple workshops. And then we saw that the workshops was working, and then we launched the courses part.
So everything has been a series of steps that took you to Nova Hustlers, isn't it? And I think this is again a very important lesson that Yash is telling us, that it is not the first business or the first business idea that becomes a success. It's a series of steps that takes you there. I'm sure Yash has faced a lot of failures along the way, as well as a lot of successes. Okay, and it's not a what you call one way upward journey. It's been up and down. Okay, and the way they are smiling, it tells me that you can resonate with what I'm saying right now. Tell me one thing, Yash. You mentioned Shaunak, Aryan, Isaac. Isaac, if I remember, won the award at Converge 2 years back. Right. Last year, I think it was you and your team that won this. This year, you were felicitated by BNI Business Voices as the Young Entrepreneur of the Year award. But these people around you, did they just come to you, or I mean, how did you come across these people? A lot of youngsters go through their entire life and enter into adulthood not meeting a single businessman, have no clue. How did you get so many of them?
So yeah, that's a very interesting question I would like to answer. So firstly, about a startup journey as a success, it's not always a linear path. It is very monotonous. It goes up, it goes down. You have a lot of ups and downs. So when I started, we just started it out of fun, as students who wanted to try something new other than the rat race. So we started it. It worked well for some time. We had like college assignments. Sometimes there were marks not coming good. We were, small projects, right? Parents were like, why are you putting all time on that? Slowly, parents started realizing ki, okay, they are doing something on their own, and somewhat they are earning at least money, a handful of money for themselves. And then they used to push us forward, like, okay, carry on, you do. Then we started reaching third, fourth year. We were, I think, mature enough to understand that having something of your own is actually very important. And again, there are a lot of factors which came in middle, like sometimes it was just the ideas that we brainstormed not working out well. Sure. Sometimes it was some other circumstances, maybe external circumstances, they were coming on the way. But having a mindset wherein you keep yourself pushing forward, you tell yourself ki you don't have to stop here. This is not the limit. Sky is the limit. You have to explore beyond. So that's what kept us pushing. And the people around me, I chose those people who were actually resonating with me. So not like, I didn't have other friends. Definitely, I loved making friends with a lot of people. So in my college, my classmates used to say, like, you go anywhere, you greet people, you spend 5 minutes over there. I would be like, that's fine for me, because I'm building a network. I never know when that person will be helpful for me. So likewise, I met Isaac.
That's a good skill to have.
Exactly. You just reach out to people for no reason. You just say hi to them. That hi might turn into an idea that someday gives you $1 billion, right? Yes. So exactly, that's how I first met Isaac also. Back in first year, had everything classes going online because of COVID, and I was literally searching on WhatsApp group on our college group who are interested in startup, and there was this one guy who was on Discord. He pings up and we are like, okay, let's catch up, bro, let's get to know each other. And then everything started, it clicked. Slowly, the same thing. I would explore other people in college. So that was the reason why I would go out to people and say hi to them. Nice. I would interact with them. I would ask what projects you all have worked on. What are your interests? Are you here in college just to get a job? That was my main question. Are you here for a job, or do you want to have something of your own? So I kind of filtered those people on who will help me in business roles, who will help me in studies and stuff. And also, you choosing a good friends, not only in terms of having a good business idea, but in general having good classmates around you is very, very important, because they are the ones who will be there throughout your journey in the college, who'll be keeping you motivated, who'll be there for you. They'll give you a shoulder to cry on. They'll be like, okay, if things don't work out, you have us. You should. It's not like you just have to talk out to your business friends, right? We are there for you as well.
Right. So actually, I read somewhere that if you if you tell me your 5 friends, then I will tell you exactly where you are and where you are going. Okay, there's a saying that birds of a feather flock together. But if I'm also adding to that, that if you have the right kind of people, you will be able to go much further. Than you have gone. It's also said that if you want to walk, far, walk alone. If you want to if you want to walk fast, walk alone. If you want to walk far, you walk with people. And your team, people that are around you, your colleagues, they form a very important part of that support system that helps you as an entrepreneur. In your initial questions, in your initial answer, you told me that you mentioned about tier 1, tier 2. Now, a lot of people tell me different things. This is something that I did not hear. I did not understand. I have not heard this before. What do you mean by tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities? Why is that part of your passion and pitch?
Got it. So tier 1, firstly, I'll define what is tier 1. So tier 1 is a college wherein there are IITs, BITS Goa. They are considered to be tier 1 because the return of investment that they give is huge. The packages that they get in that college is huge. Okay. So that is something kind of, think of it as a luxury place, okay, wherein you have to crack the most difficult exam and then you get in. But whereas tier 3 colleges are comparatively kind of opposite, wherein you have like good, decent packages, but it's like anyone and everyone can get in through. So that's what I meant. And then during the COVID period, there was a lot of talks wherein people will criticize, oh, you're from BITS, you're from some other, state college. So a state college student can't do anything, whereas an IIT and a BITSian, they are the ones who have the, capability.
Then you told them, didn't you?
Exactly. So that was one of the other thing that kind of pushed me forward. That was like, okay, I have to prove this factor wrong. Because after my 12th, I got a lot from my friends, like, okay, you're just going in a state college. Why you chose that college? And I was like, I had no answer for that, because firstly, there was COVID. There were other circumstances because of which I could not go to other college. But I think God had his own plans. If I had not gone to that college, I would have never met the friends and never built the things that I have built right now. So yeah, it's about that tier 1 and tier 3, and the people still sometimes have that mindset of differentiating tier 1 and tier 3 colleges, which we have tried to break down, and I think we are somewhat successful, because students on our community are getting jobs and internships. Rather, though they are from tier 3 colleges, they are still getting some good internships which are paying like 40,000 a month, 50,000 a month. They are getting some high paying clients.
So if I would ask you, how do you bridge that gap? How do you bridge that gap? Give me 3 ways where a student in a tier 3 college, and we're saying tier 3 now just because we have discussed this nomenclature, but if a student from a tier 3 college wants to earn or get to a tier 1 level, what are those 3 steps he could take?
So I think there are no 3 steps. There's just one big step, that is having a good mindset.
Perfect. Very good.
A good mindset can get you anything and everything in the world you want. Now, I'm someone who maybe lacks technical skills, but I see that I have a good mindset, wherein if I fail in one idea, I'll come up with another idea. I have the skills of communicating with people, forming a good team. And forming a good team is the second most important thing. That is because you are not the alone guy who will be doing everything and all in the business or the startup that you're working, right? You need a good team who can look after it. So I found the right people who are actually good at marketing, who are actually good at designing, who are good at web development. And yeah, these 3 things, having a good mindset, having a good peer network, and staying consistent with whatever you're doing,
Yes.
is very essential, I would say.
Discussion with Yash Pednekar today of Nova Hustlers. Something completely different that he brought onto the table, with his ideas, with his stories of failures, with a change in perception that it is not just the idea that is important, but it is your mindset, it is your team, and it is a consistent effort that actually creates success. Yes, thank you very much for being on this show with us. Thank you for inspiring us with your words. It never ceases to surprise me how these youngsters are coming up with such deep mindset, but I'm so glad they are, and I hope a lot more students will be like them. Thank you very much, Yash.
Thank you so much, Ryan. And I would like to say one last thing to audience: keep growing, keep hustling, and you never know what's the next big thing waiting for you all. So just give your best out.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you.
Thank you so much.